Let's move on to the next topic, and we are going to be talking about the Miss Earth, the Miss Earth pageant. Okay, I don't know about you guys, but for me, I am very, very happy with the Miss Earth results. Now, I know na maraming nagrereklamo, even, you know, mga Earthlings like Tita Belay said na yung CapCut daw ang nagdala. I understand that. I get the frame where you're coming from. Even Mark Sobrajhani posted in his IG stories na sana i-level up yung production. I get that. I understand yung saan kayo nanggagaling because I also have come from that perspective. Now, I know that Miss Earth has its flaws. It has its faults. Much like the Miss International pageant, much like the Miss Universe pageant na very much flawed din yung kanilang pageant. But the only thing that saves them is the gloss that they have. Now, let's take a moment to relax and breathe first. Okay? Kasi, kapag masyado tayong vocal sa criticism natin at paulit-ulit na lang na yan ang sinasabi, there is only two ways to take it. Either hindi tayo mapagod or mapagod tayo kasasabi ng the same things over and over. And the thing about that is that on my end, I've already mentioned countless times that there is a need for more glossy pictures, more glossy entertainment, and finals for Miss Earth. But I think as you get old, as you mature, you realize that you don't have any control on anything. And the more that we try to dictate the pageants on what they should do, the more that we get frustrated if they don't. So rather than take it personally, rather than take it angrily that they're not listening to fan clamor, I don't know, maybe it's the stoicism, or maybe it's not giving the F anymore. I kind of realized that they do what they can do to survive. Okay? So, pageants, people, circumstances, sometimes we do what we need to do in order for us to survive. And I think that is the case for Miss Earth, Miss International, and Miss Universe. So, magrereklamo tayo na wala masyadong ganap sa Miss Universe, na nasa hotel lang sila. But here we have Miss International, who has daily ganaps, who travels their girls around Japan, and Miss Earth that creates active participation and travels for eco-related activities for pre-pageants for their girls. Meron tayo pa rin reklamo. So, for me, I have adapted this. I'm gonna say, you know, what are the things that needs improvement, but I'm not gonna dwell on the negative stuff because it is rather better for me to focus on what they did right. And with Miss Earth, instead of finding faults, finding flaw over and over, I think that it is much better for me to focus on the 4 winners right now because that 4 winners, sobrang happy ako doon sa resulta na hindi sila kumorona ng questionable ang panalo. So, much like a very gorgeous Drita Zital last year, we have Jessica Lane from Australia, who I feel did very well in all aspects of the competition. Hindi siya yung pinaka-frontrunner sa swimsuit, hindi rin siya yung pinaka-frontrunner sa evening gown competition, pero umangat siya when the way she speaks. And I think, you know, that is something that for me, I would rather take that as a win, as a positive, rather than dwell on something that I cannot control, like the production. Yes, mishaps happen. They can improve that again next year. We can always clamor for them to keep on improving. But let's not take away din naman yung mga positive things that they have been doing. I know that a lot of, you know, pageant vloggers, pageant fans are commenting na ang dilim ng stage, ganyan-ganyan. Sometimes, kahit na maliwanag yung stage din sa actual na, tawag ito, actual na venue, ang rehistory niya sa TV is madilim. So, it has nothing to do with kulang yung lights sometimes, or kulang ng magandang music, ganyan. But for me, I think I am banking more on just looking for the positives nowadays. Kasi if I'm gonna hammer on with the negative things that is happening, parang feeling ko I'm just gonna get frustrated both as a content creator and as a fan. So maybe it's about time that we chill up, we chill and relax with the way that we consume pageants. Kasi this is the reason why we get pageant fatigue. That we get burnt out from something that should give us joy. So I think that this year, more than saying the things that they should improve on, I am just gonna harp on how gorgeous the winners are, how deserving the winners are. I know that on my end, nung habang nanonood ako ng finals, I was really rooting for Miss Mauritius. Miss Mauritius is one of the 4 or 5 girls yata. I think it was 4 girls from Africa who made top 20. I think it was Cabo Verde, Mauritius, Nigeria, I think Namibia din pumasok. So I'm just happy that this time around in the top, in the top 20, there were a lot of Africans, black gorgeous Africans who made it in the semis. And if it was me, I would have made my top 4 as Australia, Ireland, Iceland, Mauritius, and Peru. But kung pwede pa ngang isiksik ko si Thailand, pwede ko pang isiksik si Cabo Verde, I would have loved that marami akong choices when it comes to possible top 4 finishes in Miss Earth this year. So I really am glad and hopeful that whatever production issues that Miss Earth has, they have another year to improve on it. And I am, I am really very much hoping na we give pageants some slack, na wag tayong masyadong demanding. Much like when I said na wag din tayong masyadong demanding sa mga girls natin. And especially yung very controversial na yung unpopular opinion ko na inaway-away na naman ako regarding, not pressuring girls or not making, pageant girls and queens na mandatory na mag-post during calamities. Ibigyan din naman natin ng room to breathe yung mga tao, di ba? So, ayun. I do just want that. Kasi, okay, here's the thing. I have covered Miss Universe, I have covered Miss World, I have covered Miss Earth as a pageant, media. And I have covered Miss Universe since 2014 to 2018. I have, the first time that I watched a national pageant, nanalo ang Pilipinas, and that was Miss World in Bali in 2013. The last pageant, international pageant that I covered was Miss Earth during the time ni Minadori, ni Mina na Korea, when she won Miss Earth in 2022? Oh, tama, 2022. So, for me, I want that when I cover pageants, hindi siya it doesn't feel like it's a job. Like, I am chasing a deadline, I am chasing the monetization for content monetization. And I want that when I cover a pageant nowadays, it feels more relaxed. It feels more, I am having fun. Kasi yun yung nawala when I was covering mga pageants, especially in Miss Universe. Kasi ang dami nilang ganap, ang dami nilang mga opportunities for coverage. I remember during my time, meron silang, this was in Doral, the first Miss Universe pageant that I covered, okay? Yung reveal ng new crown, I was there. Yung interview junket ng mga candidates na si Paulina Vega, nasa letter V na kami ng mga candidates, nandun pa rin siya ini-interview ng mga pageant media. I've been there na dun sa upuan namin sa preliminary competition na yung assistant ni Jackie Shahinian, binump up kami further up front doon sa stage, which also again happened during Miss Universe in 2015 nung nag-cover kami ni Nailari ng Sash Factor na may part na kung nasaan yung media press people during the preliminaries, tapos biglang yung kaibigan namin na gwardiya ng Miss Universe, biglang pinaupo kami kahilera yung mga judges. All of these things, is fun, but there is also like, shit, kinakailangan kong mag-post, kinakailangan kong ma-edit itong video. So that has become like a job. And instead of me having fun with the coverages, parang ang feeling ko, super hectic na siya, na hindi na ako nag-e-enjoy sa pagko-cover ng pageants, na lang yan naman, gagastos ako ng 5,000 US dollars kasama pagkain, flights, libre pa ni Nailari yung hotel namin noon. And I am not enjoying the coverage anymore. So all of this changed in 2018 na sabi ko, okay, I'm not gonna do coverage for coverage sake. I am not gonna fight and be stressed na mag-cover ng Miss Universe sa Bangkok. So what I did was join ako with Larry, with my friends in Sash Factor na, come on, let's enjoy the experience. And instead of magpaka-gaga ako sa coverage, we spent, the time in Bangkok, touring around Bangkok with Powinsuda Druin. And Powinsuda, or Fasay for most people, was thinking of joining Miss Universe Thailand the year after. Kaya si Fasay, alam na namin na taon dito na sasali siya ng NUT 2018 pa lang kasi during our time in Bangkok, na nag-ikot-ikot kami around Bangkok. We went to the Royal Palace, ganyan, yung museums there. We were all like immersed with enjoying ourselves. We went to the night markets, kasama din siya doon sa mga tour namin doon. And when I was actually ribbing, Adam Henato after that na nagpaka-stress ka. Kung sumama ka na lang sana sa amin na in-enjoy na lang namin yung Bangkok. We went around, a city tour with a future Miss Universe Thailand, sharing the entire experience with her and experience Bangkok from someone who knows the place was a much better time spent rather than chasing an exclusive, chasing an interview at Miss Universe. So that was the time that I felt that na-enjoy ko ulit ang pagko-cover ng pageant. And I don't want another experience covering pageants na hindi ako nag-enjoy. Kasi the reason why I'm doing this is not to chase for YouTube monetization, not for para meron akong may content pa, kasi kung meron akong may content, meron akong pera mamaya. Hindi yun yung motivation ko. So for me, my motivation is to enjoy and savor the moment. So this is something that I think has become secondary to a lot of pageant pages and a lot of pageant content creators na instead of relaxing, savoring the moment, being there, being present and enjoying the experience, mas nagiging competitive na kinakailangan maganda yung shot ko kasi later on kapag na-post ko, sayang yung monetization, sayang yung pera. Parang guys naman, if you're doing all of these things just because you want to earn a buck, I don't mind. That's you. But for me, if I am going to do something, I want to enjoy and savor the experience. And I think that is one of the things that now, as a content creator, if I don't feel joy in what I do, I'm not gonna do it anymore. And that is why I am trying to find and rekindle yung joy and happiness in coveraging, in pageant coverages. Because yun yung feel ko genuinely na nakalimutan natin collectively as pageant fans. And I do hope na people would not take this hindi sila ma-offend dito sa sinabi ko about content monetization, because there are a lot of people that have different motivations why they do this. Some, they are the breadwinner of their family, so kinakailangan nilang kumita ng pera para this is a job to them. This is not a passion project for them. For me, it is a passion project, and the reason why I am enjoying, savoring the moment, it's because this is something na I feel helps me center, so that when I go to my day job, fulfilled ako on my personal na passion project. So when I go to my regular day job, I can give 110% dahil fulfilled ako on a personal note. And when you are fulfilled on a personal note, the more than you can give to my students. Kapag nagbibigay ako ng mga examples sa kanila on social media, that's because na-experience ko siya when I'm doing pageant coverages na ganito yung monetization if you want to monetize your social media later on. Or ganito yung trick on how to gauge whether or not your post is effective, because this is the metrics that you need to look at. So it becomes more complementary, the passion project that I have with pageantry, with my life as a fashion educator. So parang ang ganda nung relationship nilang dalawa, that they complement each other, that they are in harmony and in symbiosis with each other. So this is the reason also why I feel that I am more passionate with my day job. It's because when it comes to my personal life and the personal projects, personal passion projects that I put my heart into, mas mas fulfilled ako on both ends. So, yun. This is, I think, for me, is the reason why nowadays, if I'm going to look at a pageant like Miss Earth, ang titignan ko na lang is the things that they are doing right. Things that I am enjoying that they are doing right. Rather than puna ako ng puna, wala naman akong ambag dun sa financial na financial na nilalabas ng mga pageants na ito sa pag-set up ng production nila. So, I will do a critique, but nowadays, I am constantly reminding myself that if you're going to do a critique, do it via the sandwich method. Good, bad, and then good. Para hindi naman sila feeling na they are being attacked. And I really felt uncomfortable with the, with the interview ni Lorraine Shock, where na-bring up yung, na-bring up yung production sa kanya of the Miss Earth. Kasi I feel that this is a constant nagging na topic ng bawat pageant fan on Miss Earth. And I just hope that instead of nitpicking, we also find what they are doing right. And the mere fact that their stage is 80% made out of recycled material, that's a win. That's a major win. Hindi lahat ng mga pageants kayang sabihin yon, kayang ipagmalaki yon. So, and guys, I also love the fact that the outgoing queens, when they were crowning their successors, were wearing the Ramona Har na mga crowns, which made me feel like, shit, ang galing nila kasi hindi nila diniscard yung mga crowns ng previous previous mga crowns nila just for the new sponsored crowns. Parang I feel na it is still part of the Miss Earth na brand na hindi nila diniscard yung mga old crowns na to, and that I also feel that those crowns being used there was very purposeful, na nothing is relegated to waste, that everything has a place in the organization. So I am really very happy with that. When I saw, especially Drita with the flower crown ng Miss Earth, na habang kinokoronahan niya si Jessica with the Long Beach Pearl na Miss Earth crown, it felt for me that nothing is being wasted dito sa pageant na to. Kaya very conservative, they are being very true with who they are as a pageant. So I do hope that in the future, tayong mga Pilipino, especially I am urging yung mga pageant vloggers and pageant pages na kapwa natin Pinoy who cover the Miss Earth, to be more kind to Miss Earth. Kasi I feel na masyado nang pinupuna ang Miss Earth without actually thinking of ano yung ginagawa naman ng Miss Earth na tama. Hindi naman natin na-highlight masyado yung ginagawa ng Miss Earth na tama, and parati na lang tayong yung hindi maganda ang pinupunan natin. Okay? Now we're going dun sa comment ni Daniela. Daniela Alejandrelli says, Australia is so adorable. I agree. Her beauty is very astonishing and she's very knowledgeable and witty. I love. Congratulations to Australia. Plus, guys, we can also be proud of RL Lacanienta of RL's Angel, because he is the trainer of Miss Australia. So, RL, congratulations. Good job. This is the second international title na napanalunan ng isang RL Angels na trained na beauty queen. First, we had Antonia with Miss Supranational, and then we have now Jessica Lane with Miss Earth. RM Marquez says, to be honest, iwas muna ako sa Facebook. It is saturated with toxic comments to Miss Earth from Pinoy pageant fan pages who are singing praises towards MGI. The hypocrisy is hilarious. I agree. Kasi in as much as we love the gloss ng mga pageants, we also love na sana naman may dignidad, may dignity, may integrity yung pageants katulad ng meron sa Miss Earth. Okay? I love Miss Peru and Iceland, sabi ni RM, but Australia deserved the ME crown. Nasasayangan ako kay Sheridan last 2022. I agree. But then again, Mina is a very good Miss Earth winner. So I also understand. But if it were up to me, I would have given it to Sheridan. But then again, maybe it was just not the right time. Or talagang the judges really preferred Mina. Okay? Charlie Nian, sabi ni Charlie Nguyen, di naman ganyan last few years now sobrang tipid sila. Sumusobra sa tipid and tipong mas maganda pa yung ibang regional production dito. Again, valid yung yung tawag nito, yung criticism, Charlie, but if you keep on reiterating that over and over, it becomes some sort of a nag, hindi na siya criticism. Okay, sabi ni Daniela Alejandro Lee, I think people are misinformed about the pageant. We can't compare Miss Earth to others and vice versa. Miss Earth is something that cannot look down or disrespect it. We should just let it be and support. Tiger B 0719 says, galing talaga Sir Jason for enlightening our minds. Grabe how toxic fellow Pinoy pageant fans who compare Miss Earth to a barangay pageant. I hope we realize that it is not cheap to stage a national pageant or an international pageant at that level as well. Daniel Yuson, Sir Jason, can you please clarify kung ang kalidad ba ng finance production ay basihan din para mo-consider ang isang pageant as major or minor? Gosh, I can't believe I can no longer retrieve yung isa sa mga tawag ito, mga sinulat kong articles in the Sash Factor forum in 2014, I believe, about yung mga what I consider as tawag ito as the criteria to call a pageant an alpha or a major pageant. Definitely, the gloss of the production and the entertainment factor should be there. But also, dapat kasama din yung pre-pageant activities. Kasama din yung advocacy and how they are being true to that advocacy. What are the steps that they do to stay in line with that advocacy? Kasi hindi ka naman pwedeng magsabi na, oh, I'm a pageant for inclusivity, pero sasabihin mo na, okay, married women, 30-year-old, older women can join but they cannot win. I mean, the math is not mathing, di ba? Of course, kasama din yung quality of candidates. And I think Miss Earth, in terms of the quality of candidates, is much better in terms of holistic na approach, mind, beauty, body, and intelligence, rather than mere visuals lang ng isang, recent pageant na maganda nga ang mga winners nila, pero wala namang ginagawang anything that would help improve society, di ba? Okay. Now, nasaan na ba tayo? Sabi ni Charlie Nian, it's not another year to improve. Nangyari every year, nagiging tipid and cheap na tingnan production, kaya paunti na rin ng paunti sumasali na bansa sa Miss Earth. Tiger B0719 says, and when they see a super glossy provincial pageant, galing yan sa taxpayers' hard-earned money. Agree. And I think, hindi na nare-realize ng ibang mga tao yan. So, unfortunately, that happens na all they see is the gloss, pero they don't necessarily see where the budget is coming from, na dahil election ngayon, kaya malaki ang prices sa mga pageants. Especially if it's sponsored by the government. Okay? Continuing sa comment ni Tiger B, even worse, politicians siphon funds from public budgets for these productions. This is so petty. Okay, RM McKay says, last year, Vietnam did a bonggang edition of Miss Earth. Still, the bashers did not stop the hate. This is the reason why naglaylo ako sa pageantry. Hindi nakakatulong sa mental health. Yari NCDD says, wala silang pa-online vote na may bayad. Di piniperahan ang mga fans. Di nakafocus sa business ang Miss Earth, and they produce caliber and worthy queens. I agree. Unlike Miss Universe, unlike some other mga pageants na the voting is maglabas ka ng pera if you want a semi-finalist position. So it has become a money-making machine, and it's sad kasi I understand pageants are a business nowadays, they have to stay afloat, but I also understand that kinakailangan din you are true to your purpose as a pageant. Ayun. Okay? Daniel Yuson says, or probably kasi yung theme ni NE this year, heritage, kaya binalik nila ang Ramona Haar crown. Sana gawin nilang every year na ganon. Because I want to see the old crowns being used to pass on yung new crowns dun sa new winners. So that it also validates yung reign ng mga outgoing queens as elemental court, because it gives them like I am not just passing the title to you, but I am also being treated like a queen. So there.